Welcome to Channel TV, sponsored by Volo. Here at the BigCommerce event, the Big Summit today in London, with Troy, and we're going to talk about the next big thing. So there's a lot of bigs in there: BigCommerce, Big Summit, next big thing. But welcome, Troy. How are you?
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
And for those that don't know you, what do you do at BigCommerce? You're Chief Product Officer. What does that involve?
Yeah. So the Chief Product Officer is basically looks after the product, the future, the design of the product, the roadmap.
But the product for most people, that is BigCommerce.
And the product is BigCommerce, exactly. Right. Helping brands sell online.
Now, just tell us a little bit about BigCommerce, because we've been hearing a lot this morning about the fact that it's a composable website. And I'm not even sure I understand the difference between headless and composable. But what is the direction for the product for BigCommerce at the moment?
Yeah, composable and headless, pretty much the same thing. But let me back up. So BigCommerce is it's an e-commerce platform. It helps successful brands grow and to sell online and to grow and scale their business. So it includes everything from managing their product catalog, their inventory, their customer management, and of course, as you just pointed out, the website, the customer experience. Right, and the customer experience is not just the website, it's also all the communications and the interactions that happen after that. But to your question about composable and headless, really, these are just very technical terms that describe the technology that sits behind the websites that we as consumers use and enjoy every day. Composable, the benefit of composable is it gives brands and retailers who are selling on BigCommerce the flexibility to choose any technology stack to create the best, most innovative, differentiated customer experience for their brand.
And I think this is important because too often when you get a website, it's a website out of the box and it is what it is, and you can change your logo and change the colours and that's about it. But you can't change what payment methods you offer, or whether you've got different pricing for consumers and businesses, or there's so many other things. And if you've got a specific product set, you can't change the sidebar to say, here's a different type of attribute categorization. And that's what a composable website brings.
It does indeed. The days of websites looking the same where you're just changing fonts and colors are gone, right? Brands, we live in a very competitive world, and brands need to differentiate. They need to, right? The customer experience is where they tell their brand story, they bring their products to life. It's all the things as consumers we look for to be able to, before we buy things. So composable gives them all the flexibility to deliver that perfect customer experience. And then, as you say, you have different payment solutions. So, on BigCommerce today, you have over 60 different payment solutions optimized for consumers in various countries around the world, for B2B, because if you're selling to businesses, there's different types of payment solutions, and again, optimized for different regions around the world. And the same is true of tax. There's unique tax settings around the world. There's unique shipping solutions, and on it goes. And so that's the kind of the power and flexibility of the platform.
So I want to talk about the next big thing, and I know you've got hundreds of partners that supply different widgets, and like you say, some might be payments, some might be tax, some might be attributes. But tell us more about the next big thing, and especially I want to hear more about Catalyst, because the worry a lot of people have got is when they bolt loads of different features on, how are they all going to interoperate? And the worst thing is you get an update on one which breaks a different one or breaks some connector between them. So what are you doing on that? What is the next big thing? What is Catalyst? And how is this going to change brands' ability to serve their customers, their consumers, or their B2B buyers?
Yeah. So BigCommerce, we're a SaaS platform, meaning it's a cloud-hosted platform. And one of the benefits of using a cloud-hosted or SaaS platform is that we're constantly innovating and updating the product. We're staying up with the latest trends and technology features. And so the next big thing is our major product launch happening today, starting here in the UK and Europe, that introduces more than 100 new innovative platform features and partner integrations. Catalyst is one of the major one of the heroes of this launch. Now, Catalyst is our next generation in storefront technology. It is composable, like we just spoke about, and it's really it offers all of the flexibility and extensibility of headless. And the goal of Catalyst is to reduce the complexity and the time and the cost that it takes brands to get live with a composable storefront. So I guess in layman's terms, it's all about giving brands all the tools they need to deliver that perfect consumer buying experience or B2B buying experience, but doing it in a way that's reducing their costs, reducing the complexity. And so it's an out of the box, we call it a starter kit built on the latest technology. Yeah.
And I think that there's two types of people I'm interested in finding out more about this. One is the agencies that are going to build the website for me. And the second is, what difference does it mean for my marketing team when they want to put on a promotion, or it's Christmas, they want to change the look of the website? So what does it mean for the agencies to have Catalyst and the next big thing, these 100 new developments? And what does it mean for my marketing team, the people actually managing the website in-house? Because I don't want to pay a developer if I want a new logo.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you what the agencies, I think, because truth be told, we've actually been working with agency partners in recent months. We actually did a developer kind of roadshow here in Europe a few weeks back, and the agencies are loving the flexibility of Catalyst because it's, Composable hasn't always been easy. It allowed you to bring all the building blocks together in a storefront, but Catalyst brings all that together by having an opinionated approach to all these things, and like I said, it gets started easier. The agency partners, the partners that brands work with to deliver these consumer experiences, the validation and the feedback that we're getting from this ecosystem is incredible. They're loving how quickly they can get brands to market. They're loving the ease of use and the development tools. They're loving the flexibility. Your point about marketers, which is a really, really good point, because that's one of the things that's often forgotten. It's very difficult. It comes in at the end. Part of Catalyst is a tool that we acquired in late last year called Makeswift. It's essentially we call it it's a visual page builder. We call it a low code or no code page building tool. It's deeply integrated into Catalyst, and
low code, no code pretty much means drag and drop.
Drag and drop WYSIWYG. That's exactly right. So marketing departments, or typically less technical users, want the flexibility to create the pages and the experiences they want in the storefront, but without having to engage a developer to create that. Now, the Makeswift allows developers to create all the components that make up a page, allowing then the less technical folks to drag and drop, build those pages really easily, schedule when they're published. It even allows multiple marketers or merchandisers to work on the same page at the same time, which is an incredible feature.
That's scary. I do one thing, you do one thing.
Well, but it does it in a way that they can see each other's edits and to make sure there's no conflict in the creation of that content.
So similar to type of when you work on like a Google sheet and you can see someone else changing fields on an Excel, you can see what your colleagues are doing.
That's exactly it. Next to their little mouse pointer is their avatar, and you can see what they're changing, exactly like Google Docs.
So this is really exciting. But for you, what is the most exciting thing out of the next big thing for brands? What are they going to be able to do that they haven't maybe been able to do, even with BigCommerce in the past?
I think some of the Catalyst is a big part of it. I think one of the things that I'm really excited about is the work we're doing in AI. And so there's a number of AI-powered capabilities. AI is a technology. We strongly believe in the power of AI to, transform the shopping experience, drive new levels of efficiency and cost savings in the back end. And so there's a lot of really interesting AI solutions. Some of the big ones we talked about today, helping brands, particularly brands with large catalogs, to optimize the product descriptions and helping AI optimize those, optimize them for SEO, put them in their brand voice and those types of things. In real time, using AI to look at the brand's historical data around orders and things like that, as well as the the behavior of shoppers in the storefront, and then in real time deliver highly relevant product recommendations, all designed to improve average order value and conversion. If you're a B2B seller, we're announcing some work we're doing to use AI to facilitate the conversation during the quoting process for a B2B seller and a B2B buyer, and improving search in the storefront, being able to use AI to determine the intent of what that shopper is looking for based on their prior shopping behavior and other aspects to determine intent to deliver more relevant search results.
Well, this is all sounding really interesting and very, very exciting. For those that want to find out more, how do they get hold of you? Where do they go for more information on BigCommerce, the next big thing?
Absolutely. So head to the BigCommerce website. It's available in many languages here in Europe. On the homepage today of the BigCommerce website is a link to the next big thing, where you will find all the details of all of these features we announced today. And of course, I'm available on LinkedIn.
Troy, thank you so much. And by the way, when you get to the BigCommerce website, you'll find that is a composable website built with their own technology.
It is indeed.
And there's marketers in the back end using the WYSIWYG to actually make updates and changes. But Troy, thank you for your time.
Thank you, Chris.